Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, Cheesymanfredo, aka Alfredo Morales. And with me here, as always, is my co-host. Say hello, co-host.
Hey, that's me, co-host, Julian My Julian. Welcome to the program.
That's Joe, co-host.
They call me Schmo co-host.
Schmo, that's Slow-Mo Joe, co-host over there. Oh my god. And we all love him. We also, before we start this exciting episode, I'd like to say thank you to Super Spo, our guest on the last episode. We talked about we nitpicked Ed Piscor's suicide note. It was really fun.
Good.
But enough about that. Let's talk to our senior VP, Ben Saint. He's right there.
Hello, I'm back. What's going on?
He's back. He's back. He's doing podcasts again. He's gonna bring it all back.
Right.
It will be just like when Trump was president again.
It's just like when Michael Jordan went back to basketball with the help of the Looney Tunes. You guys are the Looney Tunes.
I'm the Looney Tunes. Yeah. But not just the ordinary Looney Tunes. I'm the horny Looney Tunes. I'm the there's an NSFW artist who draws like really like bisexual ass porn with like Bugs Bunny and Lola Bunny.
No, not familiar.
It's pretty great. It's
wow, it sounds
like
really great.
Yeah, Porky Pig has like a huge penis.
That's so cool.
And Bugs and Lola are like, oh, like we're gonna suck you off. Bug is bisexual in this.
Wow.
Just
It's
like
a shame that
amazing.
he's turbo canceled because I kin Pepe Le Pew.
Wait, what about Pepe Le Pew?
I said it's a shame that he's turbo canceled because I kin him.
Oh, I kin the guy who like it sexually harasses women. He's just like me.
Well, just like me, he gets his comeuppance and he learns his lesson.
Well, not really, but
no, you're
not
right.
Not the cartoon. Not the. I only ever watches the same Pepe Le Pew cartoons. But maybe an idea for a dojin is like Pepe's like, oh please Bugs, let me be back in the cartoon, and then Bugs pulls out his cock and like, show me how bad you want to come back, Pepe.
Terrific. Tremendous.
And I think that will endear
on Twitter.
That will endear Pepe. You know, like people be like, "Oh wow, he gets asked
Warner Brothers
favors.
should make 2025 the year of Pepe.
The year of Pepe.
Yeah, they should do a whole thing.
Yeah, that's
really
that'd be pretty awesome. Right? No, I agree. The year of Pepe would be pretty good. I'm trying to find what's the most, because I found the artist. They go by Matcha T on it.
Machi Tunes?
Matcha T. Matcha T 43. No, not Machi Tunes.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find the most.
Wow, that's crazy. That's like naming yourself Beef Stew 92.
That's probably a real guy. Like that's a real name. That's like a real. You're talking to a guy who put cheesy in their name, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's all sorts of weird food guys out there. Okay, it won't fucking load. But that's the link to the NSFW artist I was talking about.
Oh, I've seen this guy before.
Yeah, he or they draw a lot of like kind of horny, kind of like there's a big like bisexual energy with this. Here's one where they're grabbing onto Daffy's crotch, and they're like, "Oh, we wanna fuck you, Daffy." Is basically what they're saying.
That's amazing.
Oh, they also draw the Teen Titans. I see Summer from Rick and Morty.
I saw the Teen Titans one. I saw there's some that I'm kind of like, okay, all right, maybe I won't talk too much about this guy before they get canceled. They should.
A lot of Summer from Rick and Morty. Oh no, I'm going to jail.
There's a lot of like Summer X Morty, and which is
Summer not an adult?
It's unclear. She went to college in an episode, but that was in their minds.
She was in college.
I think the summer ex Morty is worse.
Oh well, sure. That's a whole other can of worms.
Right, exactly.
No, I'm seeing. Oh no, that's not Morty. That's Jerry.
There should be like a Space Jam, but it's like a retired porn star who like the Looney Tunes are like, you gotta help us. We're having a fuck off against aliens and we need your help, right? I think it will work. Like
they were gonna make them slaves. They were gonna make them slaves in the real movie
called Sex Jam. They're gonna make them sex slaves in this movie. That could probably work. Get someone like a Wood Rocket on it. You guys ever heard of Wood Rocket?
No. Oh boy, have I.
Wood Rocket does a bunch of like parody movies. They do like, I don't know if you've seen like the SpongeBob porn parody where a guy's like in a fucking square suit just like SpongeBob. You ever seen this, Ben?
No.
Ben, I'm going to talk about porn for the next 2 hours, so I'm going to need you to be great, like...
That rules.
I need you to be engaged with the topic.
Okay.
That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
You ever seen this image, right?
No, never.
Okay, well, this production company does a lot of these. I recently heard they did like I think they did an X-Men one, and there's like a version that's without the porn, which is interesting because it's like, are they so proud of like the non-porn parts that they're like, oh, this could just work as a movie? And
I mean, I guess if you make it look really silly, it's like a meme, and you could get recognition. You could go viral.
That's
off of a SFW screenshot of your pornography parody production.
If I got into porn making, I would try to make it like as weird as possible without like.
Yeah, I think that's probably how you do it. Yeah.
Yeah, not like visually weird. I wouldn't try to like go into like the weirder fetishes unless like there was some weird kind of like loophole, or maybe. If you could get like two guys that look alike and it's like, oh, I'm you from a parallel dimension. Oh, now both of us won't be versions, and you get them to fuck each other. That could be an angle. You know, people are into self-cess, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so. Huh?
People are into that. It's a big market, a growing market. Every day I see some new self-cessed guy.
It's a big ego with these people. That's how I know I don't have a big ego. I don't like self-cessed, you know.
Sure.
I'm into it, but not like me. Like fuck that guy. It has to be a
like
girl
you're
version
watching, like you love it when it's your imaginary girlfriend fucking like imaginary men in front of you. Is that what you're saying?
No. Not exactly like that, no.
Ben, you ever heard of the cuck chair?
Yeah, I've seen your comic.
Cuck porn is fun though.
Seen your work.
Like a few months ago, I was telling you about this guy. I think his handle is Forrest with 2 R's. He loves drawing comics about a guy that's like, oh, I love my wife, and she's like fucking some other guy. She's so hot.
It'd be maybe there could be a comic where a guy is like, oh sweetie, man, I'm gonna take this level. I want you to fuck Georgie in front of me. And she's like, Georgie, your imaginary friend when you were 8, like, yeah. just oh, he's on the bed. Oh, just suck him off. And it's like, you know, he's imaginary. He's like, all right. He's like fucking like jerking off, and then he just starts crying and he starts screaming out Georgie, and he's like, Georgie, why the fuck would you fucking do this to me, dude? And he's like crying. He's like, babe, I'm so fucking sorry. That wasn't my idea. That was Georgie's idea. He goaded me into doing it. Yeah, and he really wanted to do it. It's fucking gross. And she's like, all right, whatever. Okay.
What an outlandish scenario you describe.
Yeah.
So she's just like humoring him.
what she's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe the energy could be that like this is like a reoccurring thing. Maybe like he has pulled like bigger bullshit because like maybe there could be a thing where he's like, was he bigger than me? It's like, no, he wasn't bigger than you. He's actually pretty small. Just to kind of make him feel better. Oh my god. Yeah, but yeah, every hotel got that cuck chair, as this image says.
Yes, I've seen the corner chairs. I saw this meme once, and I was like, "Yep, I know exactly what they're talking about." They've all just got a chair. They just put it to the side somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a chair in there.
Yeah. Maybe there could be a comic where like a guy goes into the hotel with their girlfriend or something. They see the cuck chair and he gets super mad at the hotel, being like, "What the fuck are you trying to say?"
Hey man, I asked for a room with a love seat.
I asked for a room. I asked for an alpha Chad room, and alpha Chads do not get cucked. All right, so take that shit out of my fucking room right the fuck now. Oh man. Actually, I think it might be more alpha and Chad to like get cucked, because that's like a reoccurring thing with super powerful people, like the rich. They love like cucking themselves, you know, like they love getting their like secret girlfriends to fuck other men in front of them, right?
So it's like high status behavior to be like so like emotionally stunted because of your enormous wealth and power that you don't feel anything in your normal life. It's kind of high status behavior to feel the need to feel something to the extent that you just let guys fuck your wife, because like that's the only thing that does anything for you. It's pretty impressive when you think about it.
It's kind of like
I like that.
It's kind of like capitalism alienates us all. You know what I'm saying?
Weird.
What you think?
Crazy.
It is crazy. That was something I was digging. I was watching videos about the whole what went down with P. Diddy, and it's pretty awesome. Well, it's not awesome. There's a lot of crime going on. He's got like they're framing him to be out this kind of like Jeffrey Epstein of hip hop, if you will.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Remarkable.
It's kind of awesome. Jeffrey Epstein is kind of like Frieza, and what?
Sure.
What I mean that like he will be a point we will compare everything else to, right? Like in Dragon Ball, they always compare any newer villain to Frieza. He's like, whoa, he's like 50 Friezas. Like he's a length you can just measure everything by, just like Jeffrey Epstein, right? He did. He's just like the hip hop flavor. There's a bunch of
cultural touchstone, that Jeff.
Yeah, he touched a lot of people's lives, and and he had it covered, right? How you doing, Ben? You sound lack of energy a little. I'm not trying to put you on blast. I'm not trying to like poke you with a stick or anything.
I guess that's probably true. You know, I'm doing sending my books out. I gotta like sign like 1 million books and like draw like stuff in 1 million books. It takes like way longer than you think it does, especially me. I am in particular slow at everything. Okay, yeah. So you know, I don't know. I'm kind of like coping. I'm gonna coping with it. That's where I'm at right now.
You coping? Would you say you're seething as well?
I wouldn't say seething. I would say coping, and geez, I don't know. What's like the sad equivalent of seething?
Moping.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's good. Yeah. Coping and moping. That's good. I like it. Yeah.
It rhymes too. So it works, right?
That's how it works. If you rhyme it, then it's true.
Right. Exactly. That's what I say. Well, how are you, like halfway through it at least, or
no? I'm probably more than halfway.
Well, there you go. You'll probably knock them all out.
Hang on, how many do I have left? I got to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I got to do like 30 30 more like
Nice.
drawings. Yeah.
Is it a new drawing every time, or is it?
Yeah,
just
it's like I doodle. Someone like is like makes a request, and then I like doodle something on the inside cover that's like whatever they wanted. And you know, they're like, I don't know. They're supposed to be simple, but I spend like half an hour or more on a lot of them. So
That's insane.
I don't think I bought
What's
one
wrong
of
with
those.
you?
I thought,
not all of
I'm not
them,
gonna
but
make
like
it hard.
some of them. Some of them I'm like, ooh, and then I like put way too much into it.
What's wrong with you? Why would you do this?
Just fucking stupid. I'm just fucking stupid, and I don't value my time. So
It's okay.
That's what happens. Yeah.
No, I get
a lot
you.
of monetary advice YouTubers tell me that's the most valuable thing you have.
No
His
shit.
time. There's I've been seeing a lot of kind of like parody, like people doing parodies of like the alpha male like grind set people. There was a TikTok I saw where a guy's like, everyone who's straight, raise your hand. All right. Okay. All right. Now everyone who's gay, raise your hand. All right. Okay. I would not hire none of you. The only people who work for me are bisexual, because bisexuals want it all. All right. Now, how many people in this room are bisexual? And then like everyone raises their hand, except for one guy who he starts like mean mugging.
Hire that guy. He's the only honest guy.
Right, like a test.
Yeah. A tuning exam for gays.
I love that. I had an idea for a comedy that was kind of like a test like that, where there's two guys. One guy is like, oh, I'm so scared of making online friends. What if they turn out to be a secret pedophile? And then the other guy's all like, that's why I always test on my friends. And then we look at his DMs, and he sends a message saying like, just shot the fattest load in the tightest 9-year-old right now. And,
wow. Tremendous.
And the other person replies, what the fuck? What the fuck? Right. And then he replies back, congratulations, you passed the test.
Awesome.
You reacted like a normal person.
You gotta do it. It's the only way.
You gotta test your friends. That's how you do it. Speaking of testing your friends, I'm getting larger on Twitter.com. That is,
yeah.
I'm up to like 15.7K, and I'm reaching big Twitter artist numbers, and it feels pretty great. You know, yeah.
I saw that. Been seeing that.
Big Twitter artists are always like, well, you know, the numbers don't really matter, and you know, so just draw because you want to draw. But it's like, no, it feels awesome when you get a shitload of likes and retweets. It's awesome.
Sure.
Why would you lie about this?
Yeah, they're lying. Cool. Yeah, they're lying.
Every big Twitter artist who says like, no, I just draw for you, dude. Like, no, they're fucking lying, dude. It's awesome when like you get a lot of likes and retweets. You feel good. It feels good to get notifications on your phone that people are liking and engaging with your art. That's so fucking awesome. I love this.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be humble, but I'm the only honest artist left. I'm speaking the truth.
Do you think maybe they're trying to like pull the ladder up behind them?
Yeah, basically. That's what they're doing. They're like, oh, we can't let these smaller artists know how good it feels when people like it.
You don't want to be a big Twitter artist. It sucks.
Man, it sucks, y'all, man. You get so many likes and retweets and people want to talk to you, and you get invited to do fucking projects, and fucking Super Eye Patch Wolves makes a whole video dedicated to you. Oh man, it fucking sucks, dude. It's not awesome. Yeah, I hate that.
It's so stressful.
Too. It is.
Is it hard? Is it hard making money while you sleep and being rich and having lots of cool friends? Oh yeah, it's pretty stressful sometimes.
It's fucking okay, I wouldn't say that far, but it's fucking that's fucking Pit. I think that's what Exhibit said about Pimp My Ride. He wanted to make something that made money in his sleep. And he was right. He ruined all those cars just to get that far, you know. Part of his scheme, part of his little nefarious plans. Ben, I got a scary question.
Okay.
What's next?
I don't understand.
Oh, that is a scary question.
Yeah, what after you ship out all these books, what's the next?
Oh, I gotta finish my stupid Bionicle video.
Oh yeah. When is that coming out? Didn't you drop like a it on Patreon or something?
Yeah, I put out 2. It'd probably be like 4 parts, and I've put out 2 on Patreon, and also like I made like YouTube memberships. I enabled YouTube memberships, and I actually got like I think I got like 10 members, which is like pretty
That's
good.
something.
That is
Yeah,
something.
that's not too bad.
I'm kind of hoping to get like a bunch more, like when the actual video drops and like people like actually see it. I put out 2 parts, and I'm supposed to have the third one out, but like Vegas keeps crashing whenever I try to render it, and it keeps. I've been trying for like 2 days now. But I have basically like the entire like 4th part to like film and edit, so like I still have a big chunk to do. But I'm like I haven't been working on it because I've got to send my fucking books out, and like I just might as well just get that done.
I gotcha.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's been like a year and a half since I fucking uploaded a video, Cheesy. What do you have to say about that?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, good. Thanks. All right. That's right. That's right.
That's right. Get on your knees and beg.
Get me on my knees and make me.
That's right. Get out the cuck
chair. Make me apologize. Right.
Oh man. I think you'd be good. Hopefully I don't know. I wish they would make people aware of like what the parameters or the time limit is of like, you know, when like if you don't upload on your channel for a good while, it's like a dead channel. Even if you start uploading again, people like
I don't know if that's real.
Is real? Yeah. Yeah, you don't know.
Maybe I've just never had maybe my channel's just never been like active enough with frequent uploads that I've ever experienced having a live channel.
Yeah, I'll say that. My scheduling for videos. I mean, I took a couple of breaks to upload like these podcast episodes, but it seems like the numbers still stay consistent. You know. So I don't know. I have another old ass YouTube channel that I don't upload nothing on. And I don't know if if I could use that for anything viable. Probably not. I just mostly have that for archival purposes, really.
The way it seems to me is like it's not like your channel is alive or dead. It's like your individual videos. Like, are your individual videos getting shown in people's recommends?
Schrodinger's channel.
Right. Indeed. I'm hoping.
What are you hoping?
Hoping Bionicle. Okay, for a number of reasons, I think Bionicle. I'm hoping and expecting Bionicle to do better than Mega Man. One big one is that like the like retention rate on Mega Man was like really bad, and it's because I start with like 28 minutes of just like bullshit. I'm so stupid. I like fuck that video up so bad, and like so many people leave a comment like it takes him half an hour to even talk about Mega Man, and they're right. So Bionicle is like 1 minute of intro, and then I just go. So it's gonna be look at 10 times as many views.
Oh my god!
Is the Bionicle lecture going to start with like 20 minutes of you talking about your relationship with Bionicle as a child, like a Tim Rogers style?
No. I mentioned briefly that I had no relationship with Bionicle as a child, and then I just get on with it.
Ooh,
damn.
Yeah.
I
outsider perspective.
I maybe spend like I lay some like groundwork about like what Bionicle is like for people who absolutely don't know, but like I don't spend very long on it. And like I never had a Bionicle, and I like quip about like I never even seen a Bionicle before, and it's true. I literally have never seen a Bionicle my entire life.
I had a Bionicle. I had several Bionicles actually.
I still have one of my Bionicles, but he's missing his armor. His sword is gone. The mask is all gunked up and garbage.
He's barely a Bionicle now. That's not a Bionicle.
Send him to the Red Star, man.
Yeah, Red Star from the Bionicle lore.
That's correct.
I guessed that.
That's right.
I was like, yeah. He said the
Good
weird
job.
thing.
You use your context clues.
Yeah, you know
That's
me.
That's where Bionicles go when they die.
I'm a little Sherlock Homo, if you will. with that.
Cool. I'm good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully, it does well. I've been seeing on TikTok people do kind of like these little, kind of like explain Bionicle lore as fast as possible, but like they do it kind of in like a funny, jokey way.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen that guy Essinger?
That sounds familiar.
He is like a Bionicle guy. He makes he's like a musician, but he also makes these like he does these like rewritten like AI voiced Bionicle commercials. They're really funny.
Wait a second. Yeah, I think it is the guy that I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Really? Okay, really fucking funny coincidence. I was this was a while ago. I was editing the part about the Toa Mari section, the part where they go under the sea, and I was looking up their Toa tools, their weapons for for Nuparu, and Nuparu had a bunch of weapons, including I don't remember what it was called. He had like 3 different weapons listed, and I went and I looked at his figure, and he only had 2 weapons, and I was like, where's his 3rd weapon? And I looked, and it turned out that the 3rd weapon was not part of the toy, but it was canonically real, and it was confirmed canonically real by Greg Farshty because it was a contest-winning design that Greg Farshty made canon retroactively, but it didn't get into the set, obviously. But the guy who submitted that weapon was Essinger, the Bionicle AI voice. I was like, these guys, like a lot of like the people that are like Bionicle people now have been like they were submitting designs. You see a lot of the same names like winning contests and like getting stuff like approved for like by Lego and stuff. It's really interesting to like run across someone and be like, I know that guy. Lamau.
That's pretty cool. That means you're like
that
a
is
fake.
always fun to see.
You're like a fake compared to them. You're like a tourist.
Oh yeah. I'm a total tourist. I'm not real. I've never claimed to be real. Definitely.
This is why you gotta do these like long lecture videos on stuff you like Sinfest. You know, this is
Sinfest.
This is the 10th time Cheesy has insisted on a Sinfest video.
I thought I might. I kind of thought I might do a Toho one. I kind of thought Toho would be good.
Oh wait,
I don't know anything about Toho.
The fucking
the shooter, the little girl's shooter.
Yeah, the little girl. Oh, I love the little girl shooter game. Oh, right. I never played it.
I played
they are interesting.
I think at this point
they are overly misrepresented as like bullet hell darlings, but they're definitely unique in that genre.
The first one that I played was more like a breakout than like a shooter. It was like bouncing a ball.
The most I interacted with the series is probably I seen a lot of porn of it, but also for when people do these kind of like crazy edits of like music using like random samples of things, like it's very popular to get the Ronald McDonald's Japanese commercials and like edit it into like complete like musical kind of tracks. Most of the music they're like imitating is like Toho music, right? And with a lot of people that becomes their first interaction, and then like years later they find out, oh, that was like Toho music this whole time, you know. I mean the music's pretty good, not gonna lie. Man,
here it is. The Aqua Blaster Blade, designed by Essinger, known at the time as Terak.
The Aqua
Blaster Blade, yes.
Aqua Blaster Blade. That's like 3 different words.
There it fucking is.
That's just 3 words like slapped together. It's not a sentence.
At the height of my Final Fantasy VIII mania, I would have been like, I've got to have one of those. It's a gun blade.
I gotta have one. Why haven't we implemented gun blades?
His other one was even better. His other one was the razor-edged proto-steel shield. That's even more words.
Damn, they just slap words together. They're just like, oh, what sounds cool? What is this? Metal Gear Solid? What the fuck is that anyway?
Take it up with Essinger, man. I don't know. I didn't write it. I didn't make it. Right. That guy. What was he thinking?
He's gonna probably start following you after this video drops.
I follow him. He seems pretty cool. Seems like a cool dude.
Then he's gonna get allegations a year later after the video drops.
Well, you know,
like the
I
other
hope
guy.
not. but I have no control over that. So I'm just gonna accept what life brings.
Right, exactly.
Wouldn't
And
it be funny if every time Ben does a lecture, a pivotal figure in the like fandom of the thing that's being lectured on gets canceled?
it's like a curse.
I found this out because I was making I took great pains because like anything that's like official Lego, I don't like. There's no need to attribute it. Like it's official Lego material. I don't care. But if it's something that's like canon, but it was like approved canon because it won like a fan contest, like I want to try and like credit whoever was like the fan that designed it or whatever. So I like try to look into all these things. Yeah, I'll probably miss a bunch, but so sometimes when there's like basically the further you get into it, the more like things didn't have like an official design, and so they held like all these contests to do it. So like all of the Toa Mangai, no, not the Mangai, the Toa Haga were all like fan designs. So those are all have like a different creator and stuff like that.
This guy is not speaking English. He's not said a lick of English.
Speaking Maori. I'm speaking Maori. No, not really.
He's speaking foreign. He's speaking foreigner to me.
True. I haven't thought about Bionicle. It's been like 3 weeks. It's all just been books. It's all just been books.
It's been a record. 3 weeks without thinking about Bionicle.
Yeah. I feel bad. I'm like doing these doodles and I'm ignoring what I actually need to be doing, which is my stupid fucking Bionicle video.
I feel it. I have these commissions that I have not been working on. And I'm like, oh my fucking god! Because there's a bunch of other things I want to do.
Sure.
There's a bunch of things I just like figured out recently. I'll talk about this like real quick, but figured out a game plan to how to get these physical copies of Extra Souls out sooner for people. And I feel less stress. I have a habit of like thinking numbers in my head are bigger than they actually are and never checking to just be like, oh, what if it's even bigger than I thought, right? But it's annoying. It's like anxiety inducing. And but I'm glad I know now. So people will get their Extra Souls out at least, hopefully before the 1 year anniversary of it.
When is the 1 year anniversary? Like June?
I think it's July. Yeah, it'd be July. Yeah, it'd be July, so we're good, right?
It's good to put all the information in front of you and sort it out and
plan it
out. Yeah,
and I got that, and I'm in a better spot now. Actually, don't you love being an adult? Because as an adult, like last year, I put my name on like a civil suit against Lyft, and a couple of days ago, I finally got a payout from that, and it was like it was $1,000, right?
No shit. What was the suit about?
Just because like Lyft and Uber, all of them know they're not paying enough for.
Were they wage thefting you?
Basically, right? These kind of suits happen all the time.
Yeah.
Right. And you might be thinking like, oh, wouldn't it be cheaper if they just pay everyone their equal wage?
No, I'm sure it's not.
No, it's cheaper to just let people sue you.
It's cheap. Yeah. Cheaper to better to, what's the phrase? Better to beg forgiveness than to ask permission.
Yeah. That's a good one. But what I'm thinking is because in these civil suits, they probably do get a lot of people, but they don't get all the people. So technically, when you add up the numbers, it's just cheaper to just let people. Because I heard about it through the radio. Because the radio was like, did you work for so and so for the past like 2 years? You might be eligible for some compensation. You might have been a victim of like wage theft. Send us your information here, and I'm like, all right, and I like did that, and then they got back to me, and they had money for me, right?
Well, so that's good this time.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That being said, all that money is going to be like almost gone by the end of the week.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, I have to pay back my mom for the car because I have a new car and everything, and I also need new tires. And I mean, everything else you're just gonna go for gas. But isn't that awesome? Like 1,000 could barely like last a week when you're an adult. For every young person listening, this is your future. It's gonna be worse unless we get Joe Brandon in office, fellas. Let's do this. Hell yeah, Joe Brandon.
I'm debating whether I should buy more I bonds.
You should buy more gold. Gold, Ben. It's all about the physical gold. Yeah, gold. Don't you know?
Even if inflation goes negative, my
gold,
my investment will be protected.
Gold can't go negative, I think.
Never. No.
Right.
That sounds right. That sounds right, and I'm not going to look into it.
And I know what
gold,
you're thinking,
baby.
I know what you're thinking. Can't you make gold into liquid? Yeah, but it wouldn't be negative gold. It'd just be liquid gold, right? Which is a different thing.
Did you see that Nile Red video where he makes purple gold?
Purple gold. No.
Someone sent me that video and they said,
he makes purple gold, but like in part of it, he like dissolves like a kilogram of gold in like aqua regia, and then he spills it on the fucking ground. But it's just a trick. It's actually just it was just a joke, but like it makes it seem for a second like he just drops this like $1,000 worth of gold just like in the garbage. Lamau.
I like that the second video, because I looked up purple gold. The second video is making the first purple gold Jesus piece.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing. Speaking of peace, I was talking to Julian earlier because you know about the show Smiling Friends, right, Ben? You heard of it?
I saw the new the first episode of the new season.
Yeah, pretty funny stuff, gamers. But
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
People are like I guess warning. They're trying to come off as prophetic that it's gonna be the new Rick and Morty. Oh, everyone's gonna be annoying about this, like Rick and Morty. And I'm like,
yeah, it'll probably get annoying eventually. Everything sucks eventually.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like it's probably never gonna really reach Rick and Morty levels because the characters don't smoke weed.
True.
That's the thing. They don't smoke weed, right?
I mean, sure.
I mean, I'd say I get an anti-weed vibe from the show.
Do you?
No, not really. But
yeah,
there's this one chart. I don't want to look for it now, but actually, wait. You know what? I could find. But someone made this chart that was like, Smiling Friends is engaging with something called neo-Puritanism, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like kind of like encouraging people to kind of like just Puritan values under kind of like the veneer of they call it bro science.
Do you think that's true?
No, I don't think that's true.
Okay.
No, I don't fucking believe it. I think this is kind of a little nitpicky because I swear there's moments that like contradict what this here's the fucking here's the chart.
I'll read this.
I'm pretty sure there's moments that contradict some of the things they say. I know that Charlie is like a bisexual character, and they talked about adding in more like gay moments with Charlie, right? And it's not like I don't think there's this subtle Puritan message. I think there's like a couple of not things that I have a problem with, but things that are kind of like I don't know how to put it into fucking words. I think when they did a whole joke about his grandma going to hell just because she said damn that one time, I think that's like funny, and that kind of like doesn't feel like it holds weight with the whole like idea that this is like neo Puritan,
No, that's what we call a joke.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and me, who's part of the joking business, we call that a ha-ha, he-he funny. I like
to think I know how to tell a joke, which is why I get so exasperated when people say I'm not being funny.
I think I'll say this, Julian. You're a little monotone.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad, because sometimes you could use monotone as like a punchline. I'm so monotone at work. I don't want to let the customer knows that I'm having a good time. I don't want to let them know that I'm enjoying their presence or that I hate their presence. I don't even want them to register that I have any fucking feelings. I don't want to be fucking perceived by them. I don't want them to perceive me. I would want them to come in and then get out.
So I'm looking at this, and what I'm getting is that, like, because once or twice a character said, like, oh, dopamine hits from your phone, social media bad, and a bunch of people were like, oh, well, Zach has said that he thinks porn bad, so the show has like then they have prescribed all this fucking esoteric philosophical, they extrapolated all this crap.
Got it. I think it's like they're assuming too much out of them. I know that that Zach had some really like Zach was like, you remember when remember the Destiny JonTron debate?
Sure.
Yeah.
Who could forget?
Yeah, during that whole era, like during that whole time, JonTron was friends with a lot of these Newground guys that formed like Sleepy Cabin and Oni Plays, right? And they all like were tweeting out and believed in very similar shit that John believed and said during that debate, right? But the thing is that this is my theory. I feel like after that debate, a lot of these guys became kind of quiet about it. So they saw like the negative reaction John got. Yeah. Right. And I'm not saying that like I don't think like these guys are like fucking like white supremacists racist, or anything. Yeah,
they
like
might
racist.
not be as far gone as JonTron.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think it says something that JonTron like was willing to be like, yeah, you know, I could have these strong beliefs and not come off as a racist. I totally on this live stream, guys. It's possible, right? So these guys at least like, you know, kept them to them. Or,
he believed in it so strongly that
like half of this fucking image is just like people posting on 4chan. It doesn't have anything to do with Smiling Friends.
Yeah, it's not really
I'm
like
still reading the thing.
It's very specifically 4chan.
There's like no evidence. There's no actual evidence in this. It's just so fucking annoying.
It feels like, and I think they mentioned this on Only Plays. This feels like a fucking like Coomer that got mad. I was like, oh, they're pushing neo-Puritan values.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude,
yeah.
Nah, I think I don't think so. That's gonna be my hard stance on this.
It's neo-Puritan. Why are so many of the female characters so hot?
I mean, I was about to say like, why are we all horny for the yellow guy? Is like people want to fuck.
A lot of people are horny for him.
Yeah, it's that I was gonna Photoshop that one image of the soldier protecting the child, but it's Charlie, and he's like Charlie protecting everyone else from getting sexualized because everyone wants to sexualize Charlie instead.
So true.
So true, bestie. Speaking of shows that promote neo-Puritan values, y'all seen the recent episode of Bluey?
No, I'm not a pervert. I don't watch that show.
A lot of people are saying it's like really good, and I'm like, I believe you, but I cannot.
I'm sure I saw one episode. Yeah, it was great. It was terrific. I'm never watching it again.
Ben, known anti, like, does not watch any kid cartoons at all. Never even seen any cartoon dedicated to kids.
I don't anymore. What can I say?
He grew up.
I don't know. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? What's the point?
Ben's like, don't make an online career around a children's cartoon, guys. Don't do it.
You can't even anymore. You can't be a Bluey tuber. Yeah. There's no such thing.
Well, like, it's funny because it's like there are kind of like a whole, like, I guess like little niche like industries of people like examining Bluey episodes.
Yeah, right. I mean, I've seen a couple videos around, but it doesn't seem like there's like a community.
It's not as like, I don't know. I think because like I'll say that I don't think the people who are into Bluey are as lonely as like people who were like bronies. If I had to say, there might be something there. But I did see this last episode. It was 30 minutes. It was a normal episode is like 8 minutes, so this was like a special.
Oh,
You know,
damn.
yeah. It was kind of the client. A couple of subplots in Bluey were wrapped up in this special.
It has subplots.
Yeah, Bluey has like subplots. They don't state them. It's more like stuff you notice in the background.
Are they
Right.
like their uncle that like doesn't have a girlfriend or something?
You kind of, oh my god, you kind of hit it on the nail.
Oh, shit.
I don't know, because I've seen that one clip of them asking like, how come you don't have a wife? And I don't know, that's the only thing I could think of that could be a subplot in Bluey.
Well, basically, yeah, this was kind of like their aunt and uncle, like, you know, their uncle gets married episode, right? But what's interesting is there's like they're in the background, they never state this. They did. There's like one kid who has like a divorced dad, and he's stated it a couple of times. Like he'll say stuff like, "Oh, my parents don't live together," right? And we're like, "Okay, we know they're divorced, right?"
Okay.
And there's other episodes where we see his dad in the background talking to another woman, and they're like smiling, right?
Crazy.
And then in this recent episode, we see them kind of in the background, like him with this other woman, and they're like moving out with all their kids. And it's like, okay, you got together with a new like woman, right?
Wow.
And this is all like visually presented. It's never stated. And I'm not, and don't get me fucking wrong. I'm not trying to say this as like, I'm not trying to indoctrinate people to watch Bluey. I feel like if you are a person who likes Bluey, you're already watching it, right?
I guess that's nice attention to detail.
Yeah. There's a couple things like that. I'm not gonna fucking list for all of them. But I like this episode. It wasn't too bad. A lot of people cried. I know my partner cried watching it.
Great.
Yeah.
Somebody told me they cried. Somebody told me they cried watching the episode where Bluey meets like the like French speaking dog at camp or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I watched it and I was like, yeah, I guess that was pretty good. And they were like, yeah, we were high when we watched it. Lol. I was like, yeah,
wow.
okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, you're supposed to watch Bluey high. You can watch.
Oh, you're supposed to watch it high. That's when it's good. Okay.
I think you're supposed to watch Bluey if your parents like, you know, beat the shit out of you if you were a kid. I think that's like the perfect way to watch a Bluey.
Couldn't hurt.
People were saying like I think it's kind of fucked up that people are like crying to this toddler show. You guys need to go to therapy. And it's like, damn, watching Bluey is free though.
I saw your tweet tweet about that.
Yeah, that shit is free. Also, okay, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's. Here's the thing. I think there's nothing wrong with like liking Bluey.
It's okay to cry for a show or whatever. It's okay to let art manipulate you. Fine.
Right, exactly. But also, there is like not a like. I don't want to say good, but it's hard to kind of like convince other people like why you like Bluey without sounding like cringy or anything or weird, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I mean, earnest.
Yeah. There isn't like an earnest way. Well, like you could say it. You could be as honest as you want about why you like the show, but I think you're always gonna come off as kind of like weird and cringy. And I think the only like one true like way to not come off as weird is like, oh, you watch it with your kids, right? But there's a lot of people who don't have kids who watch the show. And it even got to the point where like they have like Hot Topic merch of Bluey now.
Oh,
right?
Yep, sure.
Right. And it's interesting because I don't know if I consider Hot Topic a family store or anything like that.
No.
Right. But it's interesting. And I think if you already like the show, you're already watching it. I don't think more people need to be like convinced, you know. And oh wow, this piece of art like touched me. It you know, it fucking spoke to me, you know, because there's a bunch of things that could be relatable to someone. The whole episode is about like moving out from the house you grew up in, right? And is like, oh, is this like the best thing for the family? And they're paralleling that with like the aunt and uncle getting married. because the aunt is on the verge of calling off the wedding because the uncle was gonna surprise her with they were gonna move like away, and she didn't want to move away, right? And she takes that as like, oh, she's making plans without me. So how could this like work, right? But they have a big talk. They have the big fucking moment. They have the big fucking self-reflection shit, you know, and like, you know, we figured it out all at the end, you know, right? And you know that fucking works for people. I seen people like cry for less, you know, right?
I think the last time I cried, I ate some really good ice cream. So yeah, definitely less.
I think the last time I cried was probably last time a piece of media made me cry was probably the Guillermo del Toro like Pinocchio movie. Felt like crying. Not like bawling my eyes, but more like the relationship between father and son. Oh, it's getting to me.
I was actually thinking about this the other day. Like, there should be a call-in show where you can try to make the host cry, but I would be the host. I would tell people, make me cry right now.
You should be like a hater. You should like talk shit about whatever story they tell you. Like, I can tell the story about how my grandma died and be like, man, fuck your grandma. She probably she was probably racist. She's probably a fucking hater.
Are you familiar with Benny J. Montero?
Is that the fucking guy who dressed up like a frog, or
dressed up like a frog?
No, isn't there like a guy who has like a call-in show and he's like a therapy frog or something?
No.
Okay, he's Benny J. Montero?
He's a cartoonist, but he does stuff like this. Maybe you've seen this guy before.
Hold up, let me take a little. Oh yeah, this guy. I like this guy.
Yeah, I like I like unexpectedly had my like voice crack the other day when I was like explaining one of these like made me, I didn't cry, but I was like, I felt a welling up a little bit because I was just as I was trying to explain one of them. It surprised me. It's the one about it's so nice to lie down. You know that one?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I've been following this guy for a while. He's pretty popular. He did I remember he did like poster for the tour for the Mac DeMarco tour like a couple years ago.
For who?
Mac DeMarco.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, this guy is cool. I dig. Yeah, hopefully no crazy ass allegations come out about him. That'd be insane.
Maybe must we with everyone like, oh boy, hope there's no oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, hope there's no allegations. Season's greetings. How we're doing well. Jimmy graduated the 4th grade. How are you? Anyway, hope there's no allegations this year. We see season's greetings. Cheesy. That's your Christmas letter.
That's fucking damn. I'm Stewie and you're Chris in that one scene from Family Guy where Stewie says something and then Chris says like, why are you always so fucking negative all the time? Right. Basically what you just said to me, like, all right, okay, Cheesy, not everyone's a secret pedophile, you fucking schizo.
I am. Usually I'm the negative one. Usually I'm the one who's fucking negative all the time.
Cheesy, that's today. My bit. Cheesy, that's my character. If you take that from me, I have no identity, and I might as well like not exist.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying. What the fuck?
I think imagine if you know Ninja Turtles. You ever heard of these characters, the Ninja Turtles, before?
No. A Ninja Turtle? That sounds like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
You might think, oh, turtles would not be fit enough to be ninjas, but see, they're also mutants.
You wouldn't think so. You really wouldn't.
And
it just seems like a contradiction on its face.
And you might be thinking, even let's say hypothetically, a mutant turtle still would not be physically fit enough to do ninja activities. But
I would think that would make them even less fit for the practice of ninjutsu.
Yeah, I've seen mutants. They make those at Chernobyl.
Yeah, but see, they're teenagers, so they're young and spry, right?
Oh, okay. Now it's all coming together. Yeah,
okay, so they're like teenager, mutant, Ninja Turtles. right? And all these like it's a sandwich of sorts. Anyway, so Ninja Turtles, there's fucking mutants, right? And mutants are always like having like weird like gimmicks, you know, right? Like they just kind of choose something to like just
like being a Republican.
Yeah, basically, yeah, like being a Republican, like take for example, fucking like Bebop and Rocksteady, right? Like Bebop has this kind
that's
of
a
like
gimmick.
punk look, and Rocksteady kind of has like a pseudo military kind of look, right?
Yeah.
And the same could be said for the Ninja Turtles because they chose the ninja gimmick plus like surfer lingo, right? So that's like just two things that just kind of adopted. So I always consider it as like getting mutated in the Ninja Turtles is kind of like transitioning. Like you have chosen, like just like real life, being trans, like kind of like being a mutant.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What I'm saying is that with becoming a mutant is an opportunity.
An opportunity to reinvent yourself.
Yeah, reinvent yourself. Basically, you know, you could choose something to like latch onto, right? And because that's a very common thing with all the other mutants and Ninja Turtles, everyone has like a different gimmick.
Like you think Bebop, like before he got mutated, he was just some office drone, but then he got fused with pig DNA, and he's like, it's time for me to get into the alternative music scene.
Right, exactly. Or maybe he was already an alternative music fan, and he decided, well, like I'm like completely different at this point, so why not, go harder on the alternative like music.
Sure.
Right.
Intriguing.
Makes
me wish I'd get mutated.
Right, exactly. That being said, I think it'd be really funny. Maybe this could be a comic where like the like mutants are like attacking people, and then someone shoots like a demutanization goo, and one of the mutants whose whole gimmick was that he was like Jamaican or he was like hip hop or something. When he gets demutanized, he's like a white guy. He's like, wait a second, you're white this whole time, dude. You say the N-word around us all this time? I think you became a
Okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's just it.
If there's just like a mutant,
right? I mean, there is a mutant called Dreadmon, which is a very
yeah,
like 80s ass name. And he's not even Jamaican actually in the fucking comic. Now I remember I
think you told me about this guy.
Yeah, he was born.
He's
in
like
Africa.
comic only. He's not in like the cartoons or anything.
No, he never showed in cartoons. He was part of the team, the Mutanimals, and they were gonna be in
Is he like voodoo? Are those like voodoo skulls?
Well, actually, no. You think so, but no. Actually, his gimmick is that he runs fast. He's like super speed, right? And and he's like Jamaican. He grew up in Jamaica.
He's wearing the hakama, or that thing that like Zoro from One Piece wears around his waist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I dig that.
That's tremendous.
Yeah. But so imagine this guy like gets demutanized and he's like, just like a white guy. It's like a white guy with dreads.
Yeah, there's that's a comedic situation.
Right. Boom. Another comic. Another
that would really subvert my expectations for sure.
True.
Writing this down, I'm going to slip it under the door at Mega 64 and insist that Garrett plays that role.
That'd be perfect. We haven't seen Derek too much on the podcast. I heard he was just taking like a little break from the podcast to focus on other artistic endeavors of sorts.
Apparently he was working on Doug Huggum, but that just came out, so who knows what else he's working on.
Right, exactly. You don't know too much about Mega 64, huh, Ben?
No.
That's okay.
Apparently we know too much. We're a couple of parasocial freaks.
I don't know if I know too much about them. There's still like a lot of like inside jokes I don't. Well, there's like, I mean, they have had their podcast.
Is that thing that Tommy Tallarico was on?
Yeah, he was like interviewed by them.
He was interviewed by them, and like
years ago.
I think I could recognize at least one of the Mega 64 guys. But I couldn't tell you like what they do. They're
pretty funny guys. They do all sorts of things, really. But what the fuck was I gonna fucking say?
I might say they are the most multi-talented T-shirt printer on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. If there's one like group of content creator that cornered the market on T-shirts, it's them.
Sick.
And their strategy: make T-shirts that don't have their logo on it.
Yeah. I
Right, 'cause then
mean, you just make a good T-shirt that people would want to wear.
yeah, basically, that's kind of just their strategy, right?
Gotcha.
And it's worked for them. It's worked for them. But and one of their members, Derek, who's the only brown guy in the group, he's my representation, if you will. I actually did send him a letter when I sent them a copy of Villainverse, and they talked about it on the podcast. And I mentioned about him thanking him for being the brown boy representation on the podcast. He did not read that part of the letter. He explicitly skipped that part. I guess he didn't want to point that out.
What is he hiding?
I don't know. Maybe I've heard other people say that he kind of like tries to avoid the topic of race.
Yeah.
In other like situations.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And now he's cool. I don't know. Hopefully I didn't make him feel too fucking weird when I put that there. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you're that one guy who made me feel fucking weird that one time. You know, I don't want to like
if you ever met him in person, be like, hey, I sent you that letter where I called you brown. It's like, oh,
well,
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But basically,
probably not. Nah, it's probably fine. Just because he didn't want to read it on the show doesn't mean it was a problem.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he'll hold that against me.
Yeah, you never know.
You're that guy that reminded me that I was brown. Thanks a lot.
How dare you?
Years of therapy down the drain.
But basically, yeah, he's like taking a break, and they live in the same city I do. I could run into them. I might eventually run into them actually. But that being said, he was working on an anthology comic he wrote called Phobia with an F, right? And what's funny about like being aware of my local comic scene is that there's another horror comic also called Phobia.
Oh shit.
Made by people in the same city too, right? And I only like became aware of that because I was like, oh, this one comic shop that follows me on Instagram, like I was like, oh, we're hosting an event where you get to meet the people who were involved with the Phobia comic anthology, and I'm like, oh, so Derek from Mega 64 is going to be there, and I check it out, and I'm like, wait, no, this is Phobia with a PH.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Derek's Phobia is with an F, so it's kind of like the Spanish way you spell phobia, right?
I see.
Which
ironically mistake.
Right, exactly. Which also, Phobia is the name of a Mexican rock band too from the 80s. Actually, no, from the early 90s. Never mind. I take that back. It's a good band. Recommend them if you can understand Spanish. But yeah, that's basically it. Like funny little coincidence. I don't know. I think Phobia is kind of a generic name. I don't know if I'd name my my horror anthology something like that.
I mean, I guess naming it in Spanish gives it a little bit more.
Gives a little bit more oomph.
Yeah.
The stories aren't in Spanish, as far as I know. Right. I was kind of like, cause I did those two horror comics with the have you seen it, the Flingus and Friends one that I did?
Oh yeah.
You see the follow up I did with Jesus?
I really like that.
I don't think I saw that one.
It's the one with he's like in church, right? And he glances over at like the wooden Jesus statue, and it has its eyes open.
I did see
right.
that.
Yeah, so I actually I'm thinking about making more and maybe collecting them kind of in a physical book for October, because October is when our local zine fest happens. And I think it'd be neat. I had another idea recently where And I think what I'm just gonna do is just keep that same kid because I don't want to come up with another design for another kid, right? So all these weird, scary things are just happening to one kid in particular because I think that's super funny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But this other idea I had, it was basically like just like the first panel. It's like three kids like running. They're like in an open field. Way behind them is like the woods, but they're running, right? And they're really fucking like blitzing. They're sprinting, right? And behind them, like you could see kind of like out of focus is what looks like a giant like fucking hand, just like a giant hand in the sky. And he picks up the hand just picks up the kid who's all the way in the back and just pulls him straight in the air. And then the second panel, this hand picks up another one of the kids, right? So the kid is just picking them up off the ground, right? And the kid, our kid, the main kid who's in the front, who's front and center, like he's like reaching out with his hands, right? We're like looking right at him. He's like reaching out with his hands as he's running. And then in the next panel, we see that his hands are touching like a tree, and all over the tree is carved the word "safe." Right? It's like carved all over the tree, right? And he touches it, right? And then we cut back to kind of behind him, and we see that the hand has like giant hand has like fingers on the kid, like it was about to pick him up, but then the giant hand just like lets go of the kid and just like goes back up into the off panel, right? And this kid, he touched the safety tree at the right moment, right? Like at the last second. And then the rest of the comic is like the camera zooming out and where we see where this tree is at, and it's basically just a giant circle open field with one tree all the way in the center and just woods all around it, and we keep zooming out until we see the sky and everything, and it's like, where the fuck did this giant hand come from? Like there's nothing there, right? That's gonna be the next one I'm thinking about doing. What do you think of that one?
You kind of lost me. You kind of lost me on the description.
Damn it. Or whatever.
Sorry, couldn't follow you.
Yeah, it's fine. You'll see it visually, and you'll see it visually. That's why sometimes you need visuals, right?
Right.
You need visuals. People
they
are
should come up with a way to combine words and images in like a single like medium.
Right, exactly. If only, and they need to find a way for the computer to AI generate it for us.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
we have the words, but who will do the visual part? I have no idea.
Right, exactly. I know,
man. I feel it.
A guy in Brazil, a Taiwanese sweatshop? No.
Gonna go to ChatGPT and be like, come up with a 9-hour long Bionicle video explaining the whole lore. You could probably do it.
I don't think that could be done by AI. That's too much.
It'll blow up, like it'll kill itself. It'll pull out like a gun. Have you been seeing these AI people who are like hashtag break the pencil kind of? I'm pretty sure they're like just trolling or something, because it does not seem like a stance with any like weight in it. But like they fucking they hate all the actual artists who use pencils to draw, and they're all like, "Fuck you guys, we're real artists with our AI generated images," right? Like that's their stance.
That seems to be the primary impression,
right?
Even if it's a joke, I don't like to see it though.
It's I think it's like funny, kind of like trying to like because it doesn't feel like real to me. I feel like this is a joke, right? This is a really like fucking weird ass joke. And fuck, I had a whole larger point I was gonna talk about with this, but it kind of reminds me of I remember like back during the writer's strike, someone like AI generated images of the Avengers in the middle of the writer's strike, and they were like saying like it was these posters were basically saying like, oh, with the writer's strike we won't get any more MCU movies, they've been stalled. And it's like hashtag get back to work. is what the posters are saying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we should find these images, but imagine if people did that for like content creators who were like on long hiatuses, you know? Hashtag get back to work, just AI image, like
Get back to work, Matt Pat. Get back to
get
work.
back to work.
Tom Scott. No, Tom Scott's still making videos.
Those theories aren't gonna make themselves, buddy.
I think Tom Scott said he was going to retire eventually.
Wait, who am I thinking of? Not is Tom Scott the one that made the like why YouTubers use microphones?
I'm not familiar with that one.
I think that's Tom Nichols. No, Tom Scott is the one that was retiring.
Was it the video about like why YouTubers like hold their mic or whatnot?
Yes.
Did he actually?
Videos suck dick.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you, Tom Nichols.
I mean, I was just about to ask, like, was there anything like worthwhile?
No, the video should have been like 5 minutes long.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like was it basically like, oh, so because that's the microphone and you want to be heard, right? Was that it, or it's basically like the culture of YouTube is more DIY, and so there's no broadcast standard dictating that like letting people see the microphone is like okay. This sounds stupid. Yeah,
I mean it's fine, but like it did not need an hour to explain it at all.
An hour? Oh my god!
Yeah, it's like an hour. Yeah. It's like an hour long video, maybe like 40 minutes.
That's fucking dumb. I hate it when like these videos explain like obvious things. Oh, there's no standard broadcasting with YouTubers.
Really not that hard to understand.
Yeah, dude, you're right.
That one really annoyed me.
You're right. On the platformer where people are making like YouTube poop, like shit posts and whatnot, and like, of course, there's no consistent standard with that, and the people making video essays, right?
Yeah, the expectation on YouTube, like the baseline is like a guy sitting in his like room at his like desk. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Fucking, this is dumb. It's dumb.
Maybe I should have gotten one of those. I think I have a lav mic, but instead I use my I have this other mic that I use, and in a lot of like the recording for the Bionicle video, I hold it like a little too close to my mouth, and you can hear the like when I make a plosive sound, and it's like I can't get rid of it. Like there's nothing to be done about it. It's just kind of in there. It kind of blows. I don't think most people care, but
nah, some people like ASMR.
Some people will be annoyed by it. I don't know.
Yeah,
there's nothing to be done.
I was kind of I feel like I got some insight when last time we had Mimi Ori on, and she said like she never really cares too much about the audio quality of a podcast because it seems like it's always inconsistent with every other podcast. And I'm like, I wonder how common of a thought that is,
Which ironically was my worst edited episode, the Mimi Ori episode.
Whatever. We move on. We roll. Fuck it, we ball, right?
Yeah.
I've been if you see him on Twitter, I usually like jump into when House of Decline opens up like a Twitter space, right?
Yeah.
And I jump in to talk with her. She has transitioned.
Oh right, trans.
Yep, trans now.
Cool.
Which is funny because
cool. Another one.
Another
okay,
one.
Cool. I guess
another member of the PCP transition.
Another
the PCP curse is real.
Another one taken in by big gender. Another one hoodwinked.
Big gender. I got big gender, right?
Very big gender.
Big gender, big bender. Fuck was I gonna say? Well, you made me forget. Okay, wait. Now, okay.
Is it a coincidence that recently House of Decline had been posting like pictures of herself, like her face, like face shots, and then like I saw her for like the first time, like maybe a month or two ago, and then trans. I don't know.
Yeah,
might be a coincidence.
I am. I've seen her, like because she's done a couple like video like podcasts with like other artists, right? So I see what like she looks like, and there's like I'm pretty sure there's pictures of her online before all that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's something kind of interesting and kind of a kindred spirit with House of Decline, because when I went on their Twitter space, I was talking about how I've been trying not to listen to too many podcasts with people that I know, like people that I'm mutual with on, because I always get like so frustrated and a little jealous. I was being kind of honest because sometimes like it'd be when like they start like listing off artists, and then I'm always like, but no reference to a Cheesymanfredo. I see. I noticed Cheesymanfredo is not part of this lineup.
I mean, yeah.
It's yeah, and it's like kind of like this is like a very frustrating emotion to feel, and maybe I shouldn't be putting myself in situations where I think like this,
I think that is probably the
healthy
mature way to look at it.
Yeah, the mature way. Is something mature but not healthy, you think? Is that such a thing?
Maybe. No, I think I meant them the same.
I gotcha. I was just thinking maybe there's a mature way to smoke crack or something, Maybe there's a mature way to
everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. Everything has its place. A little crack now and then never hurt anybody.
Exactly, Exactly. Yeah. You try everything at least once, right?
I follow the not the OnlyFans account, but like the personal account of this one girl on Twitter who's very attractive.
Nice.
And I saw a space, Twitter space with like 3 people in it, and she was in it, and I was like, huh. And I had no idea who was hosting it, and I didn't understand. Like I joined it, and I don't even remember. They were talking about whoever it was talking about some philosophy stuff, but it was like it was boring. It was not very interesting. I joined it for like 5 minutes, and then I left.
That's a lot.
But then she followed me back afterwards. So mission accomplished.
Interesting.
Oh shit!
Amazing, incredible.
No, I mean if you jump into like a Twitter space and whatnot, you do get like a good amount of people to follow you back. It's happened a couple times for me. I kind of want to do more Twitter space, but I'm kind of like not interested in talking to total strangers.
I love talking to strangers. Put yourself in danger, you get a rush.
Do you just open a space and then you're just like, well, whoever shows up, we'll just shoot the shit?
Well, if people could jump in and listen, and then you could like add them in, or they could like request to join,
I guess you would right? Do you like prepare like a speech to read?
I mean, sometimes you could do it. I'm pretty sure there's people who do that. But I would just try to like shoot the shit. If I could just get me and someone else, and then we could just shoot the shit with like random people who jump in and out. You just talk about random things. And like have like, I don't know, a title that like goats people.
The truth about the war on Gaza. But then it's just like a Bluey conversation.
What Bluey teaches about Gaza. Yeah, Bluey would be pro-Palestine. I watched the show. She would be.
Wait, Bluey's a girl?
Yeah, Bluey's a girl.
Who's the brother?
Oh, okay. Bluey doesn't have a brother.
Isn't there a boy and a girl child?
Okay, so the parents, there's the dad, Bandit, and the mom, Chili, right? Yeah. They're the parents. And Bluey's like the main character, and Bluey has a younger sister named Bingo, right?
Oh, they're both girls?
Yeah, they're both girls. Okay, here's the thing that is also kind of like, this is why Bluey is kind of a pretty good deterrent to like fight against like porn, is because all the characters are very androgynous, and everyone's like a rectangle.
I thought I
So
thought
you
it was
say
a boy
that,
and
and
a
every
girl.
day I'm presented with some new kind of Bluey porn against my will.
You are?
You know what? I have
Yeah.
not seen any. I have never seen it. So that's pretty cool. It's good for me.
I accidentally told
Congratulations.
someone that I knew a guy who watches Bluey, and now they're just sending me Bluey porn because they think by extension I'm watching Bluey, but
I
I'm
don't
not.
I would instantly block anyone like that. I would never associate with somebody like that under any circumstances.
yeah, nah,
Deafening silence in response to that. I'm
luckily
serious.
luckily everyone 100% serious. Do not send me Bluey porn. I will block you. I will report you. I will
I hate seeing Bluey porn. Don't send me any. No, but don't though.
don't send me any Bluey porn of the mom chili. I don't want to see her.
I was I'm mad. I was in I won't say what server it was, but I was in another server and I was posting innocuously, and just this was an NSFW server, but I was in there just to goof around, and somebody posted at me some really offensive stuff. Somebody added me some really obscene porn that I was very unhappy to see, and I couldn't fucking abide it. It was like, ooh, it made me really fucking mad. I quit the server in protest. I don't like. I don't know. Some people are like just porn sick. Some people are really fucked up. I don't know. I thought that was a really fucked up thing to do.
Yeah, it do be like that. With my NSFW, like chat in my server.
But maybe I'm just a neo-Puritan. Maybe I've just been watching too much Smiling Friends.
Yeah, probably. That's another thing you should always be open to consider that could be such a case, right? That you are a neo-Puritan, you are a little fucking little
pog champ.
Right, exactly. Oh, speaking of neo-Puritan, this was a bit of, I don't want to say discourse, but like a couple of weeks ago, someone tweeted out about like you all need to stop sexualizing nuns. I'm serious.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I thought that was pretty funny. And my solution is that, okay, well, there's only one way to solve this problem is by stripping down all of Christian influence in day-to-day life story by reworking the whole calendar so we're not following the life of Jesus. That'd be step one. I didn't take the word in God we trust away from money. That'd be another fucking good step. But that's complicated and would require a lot of work. A buddy of mine did point out that like nuns are kind of sexual by default because the whole idea is that you're covering up like your sexuality, right? Like, oh, women's bodies are impure and they can, fucking ruin you. So you got to cover that shit up like you're some sort of creature,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. True. True. Some sort of creature.
Some sort of creature. Also, the whole sexualization of nuns like goes back like way back in our history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess if that is the justification, and it is kind of implicit. If it's meant to cover the obscene, then it suggests the presence of obscenity or something like that.
Yeah, and the whole sexualization. Yeah, like I found the image I was thinking of. This image right here. I'm not gonna post this image, but like you've probably seen this. Yeah.
Damn! Look at those thighs. What the fuck?
Damn, this is like it's like NSFW artist proportions. Like now.
Yeah.
Right. That's what kind of what makes it so fucking awesome because it's like, like, damn, is this guy from the future? Is this guy ahead of the game? Right. Yeah. I love that.
She's know what year this is from? I bet it's not as old as it looks. I bet it's from like the 20s or the 10s.
It says it's by said 1843.
Okay,
that's not too long ago.
Yeah. It's older than I thought, but it's not like Renaissance.
Yeah. They weren't like Leonardo da Vinci wasn't like drawing inflation porn or anything. So
I think painting like this. I think lots of people were probably painting similarly. It was pretty well trodden ground at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to
this guy's version of it. You got to give your nun
the meme's over,
thighs.
buddy.
Mm-hmm. Right, give the nun huge thighs.
It's time to hang it up, man.
Yeah, he was pretty spot on with this.
So fucked up. Like imagine like you couldn't like take a picture of it. You couldn't reproduce this image back then. You would have to like purchase this image and like hang it in your house.
True.
The only way to consume it. The only way to consume that content.
Right, exactly.
Bizarre
indeed. Oh wow, I was scrolling through the suggestions for this nun picture, and I found this fucking found this AI generated image. I bet you could probably guess what they typed in to get this just by looking at it.
Oh my gosh.
Probably like drinking the Kool-Aid, right?
Oh, yeah,
like Jonestown. Yeah. That's probably what they typed in, and then they just manifested the actual Kool-Aid man in there.
Excellent.
I really wish it was an actual painting, though, because the trees in that background are bothering me.
Yeah, true.
They're looking a little weird.
I've been in a very big mood for open fields with trees in the background. We've been very open field tree pilled recently.
Cool.
Ben, you into nuns? You got the word "saint" in your name.
No, not really.
Is there any kind of like cliche, like sexy garment that you're into?
Garment?
I guess.
Yeah, like if you see a girl in a speed suit and you go, "Oh my god!"
And you
Look
go
at that
like,
zipper.
"My cocky needs boing boing."
Cocky want boing boing.
Cocky wants boing
no,
boing.
I don't think there's really like a garment that I'm like wild when a girl wears this specific thing.
Do you like it when a girl is like naked and she's only wearing her fursuit head? You think that's hot?
No.
I like it when a girl is naked but she keeps her expensive sneakers on.
Damn, I just got a commission similar to that. Or the reference was literally that thing you described where it's like, oh, she's naked, but she's got her fucking $2,000 sneakers on. The more expensive, the better.
Why? Do you have a garment of choice?
I probably do. Let me look for my reference folder. I mean, I kind of like hot take. I kind of like titties. That's not a garment. No, I do think thongs are hot. Thongs are hot. Oh, I don't even think that's like a hot take.
Yeah. It's not particularly esoteric. I mean, I guess I like a good garter belt as much as the next guy.
Mm-hmm. I do like skin tight suits, like skin tight long dresses. That's pretty good.
Sure.
Yeah. This is the coworker conversation we're having.
Coworker?
You ever heard about people using the term coworker?
Oh, like a normie?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's like a regular dude. Sure.
Yeah, you have a conversation where like your buddy. I have a coworker kind of like that. Would just ask me stuff like that. I'm like, all right, what can I say? I guess expensive sneakers on a naked girl is hot. There's not too many things that ruin a naked girl, you know. So it's kind of cheating, unless it's only a naked girl that you're into, right?
Yeah.
I need a little clothes on them. I can't like.
No, I agree. I agree. A little something is generally good.
Right, exactly. You know, little clown makeup.
Just bare naked is like, okay, that's fine.
It's fine. This is nice. This is a filling meal, but that's
nice. But what can we accent this?
It does not turn me on to see a woman in her underwear unless it has the words Calvin Klein all over it. I need to know that it's another guy's name.
Because you're a brand fetishes.
That's a joke. I made that up.
No, I got you. I actually don't find the nun outfit too hot. Even though I grew up Catholic, I barely ever saw a nun in my life ever.
I like the implication of layers. Like there's the black part, but then under that there's like a shawl and then another part. and then maybe she's wearing actual clothes under that.
Right, exactly. I don't know. I don't like too many layers. Like, not too many layers. Hold up. I can't type in nun outfit because I get like costume outfits. Okay, real nun. Give me a real nun. Give me like a real ass fucking who's a real okay, well I think I found all right. Yeah, when I think of nun, yeah, this is the first image that comes to mind.
Oh yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah, you ever seen Sister Act? I haven't. Well, actually I did when I was a kid. Can't remember it.
A very long time ago, we had a big Whoopi Goldberg phase.
She I think she's from my hometown. There's like a little restaurant that's famous for like her working there. And people are always like, "Oh my god, you know Whoopi Goldberg used to work here before she became big."
There was a movie she did where she is like dating some random guy, but the movie is about her developing a relationship with the guy's daughter. And we watched that so many times, but I can't remember the name of it.
Like she becomes like a motherly figure. Right, now I gotcha. Yeah, that sounds
There's
like
also that movie where she's
different
the
movies.
partner to a anthropomorphized dinosaur.
Oh yeah, isn't it called a Theodore Rex?
Yeah, that was it.
We need to bring back more like buddy cop movies where one's a fucking dinosaur, one's a fucking creature, right?
I'm creature pilled.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty creature pilled. I like how they're trying to make her look kind of badass with this spandex, but it's just not working for me. But that might be the joke, I guess. That might just be the joke that like, oh, she's trying to come off as like cool, and Theodore Rex is like just a chill, relaxed dude, right? He's loose with it, you know. He's not that hardcore and by the books like she is, you know.
Yeah.
I saw the movie when I was a kid. I do not remember what happens. They should have added a dinosaur sex scene. I want to see how this universe really works. Oh my god!
Wait, Theodore, you're not talking about their back.
No, not their back.
Okay.
I'm talking about Theodore Rex. This was a screenshot that I posted. Is from.
Oh. Is there like a Red Letter Media about that one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I should see that.
Whoopi Goldberg and Theodore Rex. Who voiced Theodore Rex? Hold up. Wow. You know when you like look up a movie or something on Google, they usually show you the cast. It didn't do it for this one, which is interesting.
Interesting. Yes.
What do they mean by this? George Newbern was the voice.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, well, he mostly just does voice acting stuff. Doesn't do too much outside of like voice acting, so not surprised. You don't fucking see enough of him, I'd say. You got any fond memories of Theodore Rex, Ben?
No, of course not.
No, of course not.
No, I've never seen that.
You never seen this?
Why
movie?
Would you think I've seen that film?
It came out when you were born. No, that's not
Did
true.
it? Well, what years ago?
1995.
Okay. I mean, no, I had never heard of it before.
No, you were born in 1992?
No, 88.
Oh, 88. Okay, never mind.
I was born in 1992.
You were born in 1992? Damn. What are you, like 32, Julian?
That's a good question.
Sounds about right, yeah.
The moment I turned 30, I decided to not think about it, so I have to recount every time.
I check my social media just to double check how old I am. I forget. Does it come up in conversation a lot? Enough times. I'm almost 30. Ben's almost 60.
Yeah. I'm 36 going on 60, baby.
I'm skipping years. The the government said that if you give them a couple of years, they'll pay you. So you go from 36 to 60.
If they offered me that deal, I would take it, because out there in the dating market, you got women who are like, I only like older men, and it's like, well, we're the same age, so fuck me, I guess.
You could they pump those years into Biden to keep him alive longer.
That's why I went bald and my beard turned gray. It's because the government took my years and then they erased my memories with the Men in Black device. This explains everything.
Oh yeah, well, it clearly didn't work because you remember the men. What's
the only thing that could have done it? It's the only explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's how they You already knew it existed.
That's the only reason a Men in Black movie comes out, to like gaslight the guy they use the Men in Black device on. Because they realize, he needs to like have something to imprint in his mind. Quick, put out another Men in Black movie so that he'll see it.
They should like make another Men in Black movie where the Will Smith actor is played by another actor, and they gaslight you to think that no, he always looked like that in the previous movie, and the consistent thing is that like they use all the moments. They use the little like memory wipe machine to kind of like rewrite and retcon a bunch of stuff in this like new continuity, and that's how they reboot it.
They could get away with it. The guy in the cartoon does not look anything like Will Smith.
Yeah, the cartoon like versions of like live action actors don't ever fucking look like how they look like in the fucking movie. You ever seen what like the real Ghostbusters look like?
Oh yeah.
Or, like yeah, compared to like their movie counterparts, like what the fuck were they smoking?
That is definitely not Bill Murray.
That's not fucking that's not like, what the fuck is his name? Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot his name. The guy with the fucking glasses.
Egon?
Yeah, Egon. That's not Egon from the movie. They made him blonde. That does not look like fucking
I was more familiar with the cartoon than the live action movie. So like that's Egon to me as a youth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. I gotcha. I actually just recently watched the first Ghostbusters and I felt a little like underwhelmed.
I had seen it. I just saw the cartoon a lot more.
I gotcha. Yeah,
I think I probably wouldn't have even known that they were the same characters.
Because
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
All right.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that guy in the front does not look like Dan Aykroyd. He looks like someone the fuck else. He doesn't look like their movie equivalents. Maybe they have to do that on purpose. Because like they have to pick designs that are easier, but also legal reasons, right?
Yeah, like they wouldn't be able to cover the cost.
Can't use the likeness. Can't license the likeness for. Yeah, sure, makes sense.
Yeah, that's why they That's why, like in the freaking What If show, certain characters don't look like how they look like in the movie. Like a Spider-Man shows up on that show, but he doesn't look like Tom Holland, and that's like on purpose. I think it was might be some sort of child acting legislation that prevented them from doing that. Maybe, I don't know. I'm fucking bullshitting here, but it could be. It could be. So you're saying you're a big fan of Ghostbusters, Ben? Is what you're saying?
That's correct.
You're a ghost head.
That's correct.
You always want to grow up and become a ghost. Is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
If only I could become a ghost. Oh, I would be a little ghost flying around, going fucking everywhere.
I think I was pretty scared of ghosts as a kid.
Ghosts are scary.
I think I kind of was always kind of afraid that ghosts would appear. Yeah. Maybe that's. I guess that's pretty normal to be afraid of ghosts.
Yeah, I'm scared of ghosts now. I'm scared of I know they're not real, but I'm scared of them.
I was more afraid of those freaks from the NeverEnding Story.
Which one?
All of them. Every single creature just completely ruined my brain.
You don't like the rock munchler, whatever it's called, the rock munchler?
I did not like the rock biter. No.
No, you don't like those giant sphinx that like shot lasers when you walk by them.
Oh no, that was terrifying.
Oh, the fucking dragon was his name, Elgor, whatever. Elmer.
I don't remember the dragon's name.
Okay, there was you ever seen that music video? Okay, wait, let me look up. Dragon NeverEnding Story. Yeah, he's pretty freaky looking. He is kind of like
he's just vibing.
Yeah, I guess. You should base your look on this guy, Ben. It's gonna be
on Elfangor?
Yeah. Falcor. Yeah, his name is Falcor.
That's right.
Yeah, Falcor.
It's got kind of like a side parting beard thing going on.
Okay, yeah. So I think there was I think it's the band Tobacco, or maybe Tobacco is one guy. He did a song called Babysitter, and it's like a music video where it's like security camera footage of the outside of like some sort of house in the woods, like kind of like a cabin home. And like they have the fucking Falcor animatronic outside wandering in the dark. And it looks really fucking freaky.
Oh, wow.
You ever seen this music video?
I have not.
Yeah, it came out in 3 years ago. Yep, 2020. But yeah, they just have like the Falcor, and it's like it's pretty gnarly because it's so big. You guys ever see those they always have like videos of like scariest amusement animatronics, right?
Yeah.
Get recommended.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that shit's kind of freaky. Someone's got to really take advantage of that for like a horror film. I think it could work. Imagine being chased by Falcor like at night. Mm-hmm. It would not be cool. Imagine. Yep. It would not be cool. He could eat you.
He's a nice guy. He wouldn't do that. He would never.
He wouldn't do that to me. Why are you tainting Falcor? Why are you tainting Falcor's good name?
We've got to stop sexualizing Falcor.
Hold up. Light bulb moment. Rule 34. Falcor. Let's see. 16. Okay, there's 16.
I thought you were looking at how old is Falcor? Oh, he's only 16. Oh, damn it.
Okay, so the Falcor porn I'm seeing right now are very, very interesting. There's a couple where he has kind of like a knotted penis.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty realistic.
Yeah.
As realistic as you could get with like a furry, like white, almost Chinese looking dragon. I like this one where he's like fucking sucking off the rock biter. Oh. And Falcor say, cool. This is fucking awesome, dude. You look at seeing this?
I can imagine it.
Look in the VC chat. Don't be scared. He's not gonna hurt you.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
no, that's tremendous. That's incredible.
There's other one where he's like, your stepdad's trans AM, your Falcor the good luck dragon. Okay, so he's like fucking this Oh, okay, there's a whole tag called dragons having sex with cars. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's a common trope.
Okay, and I'm looking at it, and it's exactly what the tag describes. It's just like a dragon. Yeah, a dragon having sex with a car. I'm not gonna post these, but I'll
only 16 Falcor results though. Like those are rookie numbers. I would have expected more.
You heard it here. Main character syndrome. Audience, get started on the Falcor porn. I want him to fuck everybody. I want him to fuck Charlie from Smiling Friends. just shoot a huge glob on him. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this one with the dragon fucking a car. The car he's fucking is like filled with girls, and they're like freaking out for obvious reason. Like the car is the dragon has its huge penis inside the car, and the girls are all freaking out. They're trying to get out of the car, and then the next image, the car is just filled with cum, and the girls that are stuck in there are like drowning in it. Right?
No.
Yeah, I think that's pretty. I love that. That's pretty good. That's that's a lot more thought put into it than these other other people who are just simply drawing dragons fucking cars. These people took it the extra mile. I even seen some people like fucking they're getting like they're making the dragon fuck Optimus Prime, which I think is an interesting way to kind of portray it. I like, look at this one. This one's very aesthetically pleasing. Not gonna lie. I like the colors on this one. I like the cum shots in the car.
That's a good color
Oh
scheme.
yeah, that's good attention.
Yeah.
To detail. Yeah.
Yeah, Soch Kliss. That's the name of the artist. I'm looking at their other stuff. They're really into like big buff guys with like small penises. Seems to be their niche, their MO. Oh man. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool how we got back on the topic of porn? That's really cool. That's really cool.
We didn't get that far. We didn't get that far away.
We never really left it, you know. Everything we talked about could be, connects back to porn. So it wasn't like
porn is never really gone.
Yeah, exactly. Porn's never really gone. Right. We're getting close to the end. Any final words on Falcor, Ben?
No.
Anything you Ben's like, I really want to get the fuck off this topic.
I have nothing to say about Falcor or fucking a car.
I haven't thought of Falcor for years, and you're reminding me, and you're showing me images of him fucking a car, and I don't really like that, Cheesy. I'm not gonna be honest.
years of therapy down the drain, down the tubes, wasted.
All it took was one picture of Falcor like fucking a car.
Fucking my stepdad's Trans Am. It brings me right back. Brings me right back to that place.
Brings me right back to the cuck chair I sat on all those years ago.
I said I would never let myself go back, but here I am.
Anything you want to talk about, Ben?
Anything I want to talk about? No, I'm offline. I'm offline these days. I don't know anything.
Are you out there socializing with people at least?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
nice.
a little more than I used to. Yeah,
that's good. That's good for your mental health and whatnot.
Probably. I'm walking. I'm like walking outside a lot these days. Maybe the most since most have walked since Pokemon Go was new. That was a time. That was a time.
It feels like a million years ago.
It was.
Right.
Well, I used to walk a lot back then, and now I'm walking. So
right, you're a walker.
I'm a walker. She's a walker,
right.
Jerry.
She's a walker, Jerry. She wants me to walk everywhere.
Well, why don't you walk? What's wrong with walking? Nothing's wrong with walking. Why not take the bus, Jerry?
You walk all the time. It's not that, Jerry. It's the principle of it. She looks at me, and the first thing she wants to do is walk.
No, I got nothing. The guy got nothing.
All right, cool. No epic new comic ideas. No. You're not aiming for the Eisner next year.
I haven't thought about drawing a comic in I don't even know how long it's been. It's only videos, except when I have to mail my books off.
Okay, well, that's pretty good.
Can't believe I drew this book. What the hell was I thinking?
What the fuck was I thinking?
That's right.
No, I gotcha. Yeah, I still got comic ideas, but
I'm so
busy.
sorry. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, lucky for me. That's kind of like why I love mentioning all my That's why I love mentioning all my comic ideas on this podcast, because when I re-listen to it, then I like remember like, oh yeah, that was a comic idea.
Yeah.
Right? That's how I just keep track of it.
Mm.
And
Makes sense.
right, exactly. Especially for the like just random shit posty ideas, like the one about the mutant. That one's pretty good. That could probably do numbers. I could be crazy enough, and I could do if I do like 3 fucking Spider-Man comics, everyone loves those, and that would do numbers. Everyone like, I don't know if you know this, but people like Spider-Man.
Yeah, I guess I've gotten that impression.
Yeah, you know, I could
Like
guessed
Miles
that.
Morales.
Yeah, people do like Miles Morales. That's the thing. Okay. Well, any final topic you want to talk about, Julian?
No,
My topic
not
was just
really. I've
porn.
been researching a lot of weird stuff. I don't think it's things anyone listening would be interested in, though. Like, I randomly realized I don't know that much about Dragon Maid, but I also don't care enough to sit down and read or watch Dragon Maid. So if there's anyone out there that has read or watched Dragon Maid, I have questions for you.
Why do you want to know about Dragon Maid?
Every few months or so, there's discourse about the localization of the anime, and I don't know enough about it to like properly engage in that conversation and ruin those people's lives. So I just want to arm myself with information for nefarious deeds such as.
Well, you should probably just read Dragon Maid then.
Yeah,
you could do
it's
that.
such a time investment.
True. I did. I mean, at my job when it was slow, I would just be on the laptop reading Doctor Slump, because I'm like, it's about time. Akira Toriyama passed away, might as well, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I liked it.
I do that with music artists.
Do you go for their like list, like their track list? All right, yeah, that makes sense.
And famous internet figures. If you ever know someone famous and they die, go through their Twitter likes. It's amazing.
Oh my god, it recolors everything they ever did. You rethink all of their choices and like, oh, what the fuck were they thinking? You know? No, I get you. You think people would be into an idea of a podcast like where like, you know what, they make podcasts where they watch every episode of a series?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you think people would be into a podcast where you watch just episodes you think are fucking relevant and you don't actually watch the whole thing? Do you think people would like that? Or do you think people would hate that?
How would you know that they're relevant if you didn't watch them?
Okay. Well, I guess, and this might frustrate people. Like, let's say I look at the fucking like franchise's Wikipedia page, and based on descriptions or if certain characters pop up, I decide from that if it's relevant or not. Because the show is very much episodic, and a lot of episodes just feel like each other. Do you think people would be into that, or do you think people would be frustrated to hear that?
So it would have to be like topical to real world events or something else?
No, just like, because I had this idea.
I think you could get away with it if like you were a popular podcaster and people would listen to anything you did. But if you were trying to like break into like the audience of that show, no, I think they'd hate it.
Oh, like if you tried skipping episodes of Steven Universe to find only the relevant episodes.
Okay, I guess
surprise, all the episodes are relevant.
I guess because like I've been wanting to kind of do this idea for a comic that's basically like because I really want to go through like the Showa era Kamen Rider series, and but there's like a lot of episodes, and it's you know, a show meant for children. It's all like episodic as shit, right? And I've seen like a lot of them, right? So I already know what the vibe is like, right? So if I just make a list of like, okay, from based on the descriptions, based on what characters people talk about, what's iconic, just make a list of just watching those episodes. I'm thinking I could probably be in the clear if I just drop the list first. Like, these are the episodes I'm gonna watch. If you think there's an episode that is important and it's not on the list, just tell me now, I guess. But I mean, eventually people are just gonna be like, just watch the whole thing, right?
I think real heads, big fans of the show, would probably be like, yeah, just watch the whole thing.
Damn.
That's
Watch
what
the
I
whole
expect. The
thing.
majority reaction would probably be, yeah.
Yeah, I could just do all that and not make the podcast too. I guess I was just trying to think, like, how can I make content out of this?
You could. You're being very content brained.
Yeah, exactly. That's very content brain. I need to show my whole ass, right? Because I had this idea for like a comic that just kind of recaps like all of would recap the entire history of Showa era Kamen Rider. But if there was just like if there was one consistent continuity, right? And it's kind of like, what if all of this was planned? Like, what if it was like there was like a beginning, middle, and end, right? And it's mostly based on I got this idea from like Ed Piskor, who did X-Men Grand Design, where he basically kind of did the whole thing where it's like, oh, there was this elaborate like kind of story that, is like, I'm following all the same continuity because like, X-Men was written by a shitload of different people. Yeah. So, like none of them could have had this massive plan. It would have been impossible. So, but what if there was one, right? And I was like, oh, people should do that for other superheroes, like Kamen Rider. I think that would work, right? But it's I don't know. I feel like I could also do it better than he did because not gonna lie, X-Men Grand Design isn't all that like, I wouldn't say fulfilling. Like it's a cool looking book, but like it's not the most fulfilling read. It's not too different than reading like a Wikipedia page. Not gonna lie, right? So I'm thinking like there's probably a better way to write this where there's like a story, or more like you are interpreting your own spin on this without like, but make sure you keep everything in there. I'm pretty sure there's a nice like balance, like a tightrope you could walk, right? Something like that. That's just something in my mind aside from like the million other ideas I have,
And if you can't sell it to the IP owner, you just change everyone's names.
Well, I was just gonna post it for free online. I wasn't gonna try to make any money off of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just fuck it. I think the recognition I would get from making something like that would be more than like going through a whole process of legally making this happen, It's just like annoying. And it's just fan fiction at the end of the day, so Right. You get what I'm saying?
I get you. I hear you loud and clear.
All right, cool. I think that with that, I think we're at the end. Anything you want to plug, Ben?
No.
Nope. You want people to check out your channel?
Nope.
No. All right. Okay.
Nope.
Well, don't follow Ben. Don't look into none of his shit.
Nope.
Just if you see Ben Saint, go on Twitter right now. Look up Ben Saint. Block him, so you don't have to see anything he posts ever.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
That's like the only surefire way to like just make sure this fucking crazy man is out of your life.
Nope.
Because you don't want him to know where you're at. You don't want him to know what city you're in. Because Ben is, let's just say Ben has done some extreme things.
Nope.
And he would not surprise. But Ben, if you see Ben on the news, it wouldn't surprise me.
Nope.
He's been on the news before too.
Nope.
I have the screenshots to
really?
prove it. Yeah, you didn't know that?
I had no idea.
The time I get interviewed about legalizing weed in Virginia.
Yeah, I think I lost those. I think I lost that screenshot when my computer crashed.
I'm sure it's probably posted in my Discord and probably a bunch of other Discords too.
Yeah, I need that.
Hopefully someone has it. You know how we feel about lost media on the internet.
Exactly. Find the Ben Saint lost media, please. Someone has to solve the mystery. All right, Julian, what do you got? What do you got? Anything new, or is it the same old shit?
It's mostly the same stuff I've been working on. If you listen to this podcast, I've named at least 3 things that have not gotten finished yet. And I'll tell you what I always say, When you see it, you will see it on vqcd.in, which is my website where I keep all of my cool stuff. I'm working on it.
Nah, I gotcha. And I'm working on stuff too. I'm almost done with this Diesel collab comic. I'm just waiting on 2 people. I won't say their names because I don't want to put them on blast.
Name them and shame them.
No, I'll say their names, but I'll censor it.
Name them and shame them.
Yeah, she's late, even though she had two months to do it. She's late.
Classic dereliction of duty.
Exactly, and I don't know if you know.
Don't think so.
She's also late, and they're the only 2 people who are late. I was late too, but I was late for like only a week. I caught up, but we're almost to like the 3rd week of past the due date, and it's starting to get a little silly, guys.
That's silly.
I don't want to put them on blast because I don't want to ruin their reputation. I don't want to do that to them.
You don't want to cancel them or anything.
They didn't this is a project that they're doing on their own free time that isn't you're not getting paid, even though you had a nice hefty deadline, 2 months to get it done, but whatever. It happens, I guess. And I'm going to have Extra Souls come out physically soon for people. And then after that, I'm going to try to figure out how to get back into good graces with people, so they the kind of guy that sends shit late. Even though this is the first time this ever has happened, and all the other times I do it, I always send it out on time. And I've done this like 11th time, then I only screwed up once. And I think that's a pretty good statistic. I think that's pretty good. I don't think that's the worst thing ever. What do you think?
Yeah, those are recoverable odds.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm still young. I'm barely 45.
Until you're 30. Until you've got how many more months of being young?
Like 2 years.
2 years. Okay. Oh yeah, you're good.
I kind of resent that. Like, I can't go anywhere on the internet without people pointing out, "Hey, Julian, you're 30. You shouldn't even be here. Kill yourself."
You're so old, man.
Why are you so old? Go home to your family, man. Get your wife.
Your wife and kids, man.
Uncle Julian. How come you don't have a wife? How come you don't have a wife, bloke? Why are you such an old bloke? Why are you such a perma-virgin? Mummy and Daddy say that are you a homosexual, Uncle Julian? That's Bluey, right? That's what Bluey's like.
Yeah, that's what Bluey says.
That's
right?
what Bluey's like.
Yeah, exactly.
One episode.
Yeah, you gotta watch more because I know you need it, Ben.
Therapy's expensive. Bluey is free, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what you should call the Bluey podcast.
Yeah, we are the unofficial Bluey podcast. That's our secret name. Because every time there's an episode of Bluey, we talk
I ever
about
needed to know, I learned from Bluey. Somebody would read a blog about like life lessons from Bluey.
There's like whole YouTube videos dedicated to that.
There was a book I read as a child called The Gospel of Peanuts. And it was like a philosophy book, but based entirely on like peanuts stuff.
That's a very popular thing to do. I remember seeing a book saying like what South Park has to say about like Christianity. I saw it like in a library.
I read I tried to read the Tao of Pooh, like about Winnie the Pooh. I thought it was awful. I'd heard about it for years and years, and I thought it was like the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, it's like I think these forms of like books were imperfect until YouTube came along and made them like, oh, they should have always just been video essays.
Right. Yeah.
They're like
such an insubstantial topic where you have to like. You really have to stretch, and you really have to like fill up pages and pages with just like lists of every example you can find, even if they're boring.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly.
I hate
all right. Yeah, and now I'm Cheesymanfredo. I got a bajillion projects in the work. Follow me on Cheesy. I'm gonna become a big Twitter artist soon. I'm gonna be beefy with all your favorite Twitter artists. They're gonna talk shit about me.
It's only getting bigger.
Just like in real life, I'm getting bigger and getting a huge belly where I eat up all the lesser artists.
His crew is big and he keeps getting bigger.
Exactly. Yep.
Yep. And that's the end of the song.
True. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
All right. Cool. Okay. I'll stop recording.